you have said a lot about Dak Prescott. Yeah. But it was so long ago that not only have I forgotten, but those in the back, I don't think they could hear you.
They didn't hear me?
So, Shady, your comments on Dak Prescott, sir, can you just remind us?
You know, because I think, like, I don't know if they forgot, but maybe they couldn't hear me.
Couldn't hear you the first
time. I said it before.
Yes.
I got to say it again.
Now, what was it you said?
When the lights are bright, Dak Prescott, he's going to play ass. When the lights are bright and you need number 4 for the Cowboys to play big, not the regular season, in January. You know what's January record?
It is.
Ass.
Oh.
You know how he played last night?
How?
Ass. The brother's ass. What you want me to say? And now, if you can't hear me then, you can hear me now. You know what I'm saying?
Shady, as you were watching the game, what was going through your mind?
I mean, I seen it before. I said history always repeats itself. Now, I gotta be honest. I didn't know it was happening this fast, this soon. But when you really watch it, the Packers, they say, yo, we're gonna man up, we're gonna play these dudes. Let Dak Prescott beat us. He couldn't do it. Even the picks he was throwing, like, where are you throwing to? Let's take it back for a second. Because everybody don't want to come at Dak, but I'm going to.
Do what you have to do.
So the Packers hit the ball first, they go out and score, right? 7-0. And then my man, he did his thing with the pick. Then you get a pick right there.
Yep, Jair Alexander.
Come on. So, and he got that, 14-yard line? And then they score. 14. Right? And then you throw him a pick 6. At halftime, it should have been 27-0. That happens that they scored. But if not, that game would be a true blowout. So I'll just say this. I think the defense, they didn't play well, which I didn't expect that part.
Yeah.
Right? But as far as that quarterback, you cannot go nowhere if your quarterback, when the lights are bright, he's going to play like that. And y'all told me he was MVP. MVP this, MVP that. Oh, my God, he's this and that. Especially this brother right here.
Get it off your heart, Shady.
And then another thing. Y'all supposed to be my teammates. Y'all had a segment. The Shady need to give Dak more respect.
Yeah, I
think y'all say that.
My fault. I asked that.
So go apologize. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
How's it work, Shady? I do apologize to LeSean Shady McCoy for asking if he owes Dak Prescott more respect.
Do you want to say anything to me? Or are you good?
No, I don't.
You don't know Shady no apologies?
No, I don't.
So
James Jones.
Last question, though. Can I ask real quick?
Please.
Because James was saying how he's elite and all that. Is Dak Prescott, is he still elite? Yes or no?
I'm waiting for my turn.
James, go ahead, big dog. It is your turn. Obviously, you're touring Packers. You're a former Packer, but you have been very high on Mike McCarthy, very high on Dak Prescott. What is your reaction?
My reaction is Dak's reaction. He was sorry, point blank, period. And everything that he gets, Shady using that, you using that, all the media, everything that Dak Prescott is getting right now.
Come on, James, stop playing. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said about Dak. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said.
Is this working? I don't know.
I didn't work. Just hold it.
Just hold it.
Listen. Everything Dak Prescott is getting right now from Shady, from all the media and everything, he deserves it. He earned it. He played sorry.
Thank you.
He played sorry. And as I was watching the game, I'm like,
It is heavy, though.
Yeah, as I was watching the game, I'm like, oh, man, here we go. But Shady's right. Big-time players, when the lights are the brightest, show up.
They have to.
And for me, everybody's going to defense, as you possibly should. Everybody's going to play calling, as you possibly should. But one thing I do know about the playoffs, superstar players got to show up in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
It ain't about the X's and O's. It ain't about this play and that play. These coaches, when you get in the playoffs, I promise you, they say, hey, man, the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They watch all 16, 17 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game that night, or they already had watched 10 of them before because they know that we got a chance to play them. Ain't no surprises. You have to go out there and you have to play football. So scheming here and scheming there and scheming there, okay, 1 or 2 plays might be a scheme thing. Other than that, you have to go out there and you have to be a superstar player. Dak Prescott played at an all-pro level this year. And when it came time for him to be an all-pro player, Dak Prescott, in the playoffs, Dak Prescott did not show up. And he stood up to the podium and he said he played sorry, which he did. But In January, your record says that consistently you do not show up.
God.
And yes, I've been on the TV battling for Dak. I've had Dak in the MVP conversation. But yesterday, that was embarrassing, man. That was truly embarrassing to go out there. You have home field, 15 straight home field wins, and you guys really got blown out of your own stadium. The fans was leaving in the third quarter, man. You know what I'm saying? And a big part of that was due to the way you played. And yes, Micah been on this podcast coming out about you not getting all that respect. That's why I said, just let your quarterback play. Reek, let your quarterback play, right? But Micah, let your quarterback play. Because at the end of the day, things like this happen. We all been out here battling for him, and he ain't show up.
Maybe they shouldn't have let them play. Yeah, I got to say, I was surprised. I was surprised. Based off the way that the Cowboys played all season long, based off the way that Dak Prescott played all season long during the regular season. Sorry, Mom, by the way, I had to text my mother and apologize on behalf of the Cowboys. She was upset.
She's a Cowboy fan, right?
Yeah, it was rough day.
Always.
Rough day. There's no excuse for this. And James is right. All that talk during the regular season, Micah talking about it, the Cowboys fan base, people in the media, everyone demanding. This is why I kept saying all season long, I can't wait till the postseason gets here. I hear you. I want to believe it. I see what you're doing during the regular season. It is great. What you've put on tape so far has been really great. What are you going to do when it matters? I have never been more excited for a postseason than this postseason because there's been so much chatter. What do you do when it matters? Is the goal to be a great regular season team? Is the goal to be a great regular season quarterback? And if you're going to do all this talking, if you're going to do the commercials, if you're going to do the campaigns from within the building, if everyone's going to be demanding respect, I believe respect is earned. I got told this year that it is demanded. Well, we gave it to you. We had, should Shady give you more respect? We talked about how Dak was in the MVP conversation. He got all-pro, and what happened? And I can't even say the lights were the brightest. The Packers weren't the brightest matchup that you could have.
That's true.
Now they shut everybody up, but you were supposed to win this game. You're at home. You're 7.5-point favorites. You've won 15 in a row. This wasn't even the brightest light.
Dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You need sunglasses like that? You gotta go to the doc.
God, dog.
You can't be affected that easily. So I want to be kinder about it.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You got a microphone.
I'm trying to be nicer. No, but what it really is because the defense was bad too.
No, we don't get there.
The defense was bad too.
We will get there.
And
They was bad, but he did put him in a hole, though.
He did.
You're right. You're right.
This is the playoffs.
The defense was bad too, though. And we're gonna get everybody's gonna get their time and their slice of the blame pie. But the loudest contingent was surrounded by Dak Prescott. The loudest voice, the loudest argument, the loudest respect. We demand it. Put some respect on. You don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't be talking about sports. All of that was around Dak Prescott. And you got the opportunity to do something that you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
it's not that you're not supposed to get blown out. You are supposed to be doing the blowing out.
Correct. A blowout was supposed to occur on that field.
7.5-point favorites.
A blowout was supposed to occur in Dallas.
So if you're yelling that much, then you got to take most of the blame.
Let me contextualize it, because viewers at home might not know the magnitude of this loss. To me, it's the worst loss of Dak Prescott's career. I will contextualize. 2019 was formerly, in my mind, the worst loss of Dak Prescott's career. It is week 17. Week 16, Cowboys go to Philadelphia. Both teams are 7-7. The Eagles had nobody on their roster. Quite literally, Carson Wentz was the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 4,000 yards with no 500-yard receivers. The Cowboys lose that game. They don't go to the playoffs, and Mike McCarthy ends up becoming the coach because Jason Garrett got fired. That was the worst. But this is the worst. Because Mike McCarthy has been coaching for 17 years. To Matt LaFleur's 5 years. So Cowboys coach got 3x the experience. Yep. The Cowboys have 9 All-Pros. The Packers have 1 All-Pro. So the Cowboys roster has 9x the talent. The Cowboys quarterback has been a starter for 8 years. The Packers quarterback has been a starter for 1 year. So the Cowboys quarterback has 8x the experience. We just getting started, family. And the Cowboys were a 2 seed and the Packers were a 7 seed. So the Cowboys were 5 seeds better. First time ever in the history of the NFL, last 4 years, that a 7 seed has won a playoff game. So you're telling me a team with 8x the experience at quarterback, 3x the experience at coach, and 9x the experience at talent. You're telling me that team lost a game? This is how bad that loss was, America. I have to contextualize it for you so you can realize this isn't an overreaction. This might be an underreaction. Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who looks the worst in the loss? You use the megaphone for Dak, but Mike McCarthy, he is not oblivious to the blame. I will talk about Dan Quinn and show you all here in a second why Dan Quinn deserves some blame. But who looks worse?
They all deserve some blame. And that pie, they're going to dice it up for everybody. But I think it goes to Dak Prescott. If you look at the beginning of the game, right, you can't start off like that. The momentum in the playoff game, you're at home. You're supposed to win this game. The fans are behind you. If you look at the track record from the Cowboys, when they're at home, they roll. Right? And they're normally used to playing ahead. They didn't do that. Packers, I got to give them a lot of credit. I'm going to give Dak Prescott a lot of his blame, and I'm going to give the Packers a lot of his blame. They came in there and took that thing, man.
Talk about it.
They ran the ball extremely well. Aaron Jones was balling, and then Jordan Love was giving out crazy work. He looked like Aaron Rodgers. He on the back flip. Look good. Look super composed. Then look, he was struggling. He was calm. So, yeah, I'm giving the Packers some of that blame because they did their thing, and they came to the big D, and they took over Pauls. And I'm going with Dak Prescott. All year, y'all kept telling me how great this dude is. All year, kept saying how elite he is. He should be up there with the category of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all these other guys. That's what they told me. He's an MVP. That's what they was telling me. But I said, yo, I don't care about that because he always wins 12 games or more in a regular season. He always does that. In the playoffs, bad record.
I didn't hear you, bro.
In the playoffs, your boy number 4 has a bad record. They don't win. So my thing is, I can't judge you on the regular season because you always win. Yeah. That's what you do. Yeah. But when the lights are not even that bright, as my dog said,
not even that bright,
you didn't show up.
That's crazy.
So how can we win if the most important position in football don't show up? A second-team All-Pro don't show up. An MVP candidate don't show up.
Oh, my God.
An 8-year, 9-year veteran don't show up. And you lose to a young boy, Jordan Love?
Young boy.
So my thing is, who are we supposed to blame? We can blame McCarthy. We can do that, right? McCarthy, you know, a Super Bowl winning coach. Right, comes to Dallas, they win 12 games back in year after year. We're gonna blame him. We're gonna play Dan Quinn, defense and step up. Or are we gonna blame the guy that starts the key, starts with the key, puts the ignition, and starts his car? We gotta blame Dak Prescott, man. I'm not gonna let nobody on this desk blame anybody else but the guy that deserves it the most.
Who was that?
Because before this game, when y'all said who's gonna win this game, the big reason, y'all didn't say anything about the defense. Y'all said they're gonna win because they got Dak Prescott.
You right?
That's what y'all told me.
You ain't lying.
And the last thing, I'm done with it.
Told you.
When you look at this team that Cowboys have, I don't know if it'll ever be this good again. Bro, you talking about all pros? You talking about Pro Bowlers?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
9 of them?
Come on, man.
9 of them, Coach.
And they in Cancun in Mexico with me because number 4 just want to be himself. This Dak being Dak, you know how you get down. Post the playoffs. And the last thing, real quick, I know I said the last thing, but look, every time he make a mistake, you see his face, he got that little innocent face like you feel bad for him. Not today, Grandma. I'm not feeling bad for him.
Where you at on the left side of the table? Who looks worse in the loss?
I think
Dak. Sorry.
Dak does look very bad. And Dak looks bad because of everything Shay just said, everything that happened during the regular season, all the noise about how Dak needs to be the MVP. Even after the season over, people were saying he was still the MVP over Lamar Jackson.
Right.
You get All-Pro, you have this unbelievable statistical season, and you lose in the first round of the playoffs to a team you're not supposed to lose to. I'm genuinely surprised at how bad that performance was. And I think it's fair to be surprised because you just mentioned all the All-Pros they have. So when I say who looks worse, I think they all look bad. I think, like, the top of the top all the way down to the bottom, everybody looks silly in this situation. You can't have a team that is this good, this stacked with talent, with this momentum, this healthy, going into the postseason. You have a game at home against a team that really we didn't even know was going to be there.
It shouldn't
even be in the postseason.
Hey, chill on my
part. You have faith.
We earned it to get up in there.
No. I'm not giving any shade to the Packers. They played an unbelievable game. Shut the door on any conversations about Jordan Love. LaFleur looked great. Everybody looked great. Aaron Jones. They all deserve a ton of credit. I'm saying at the beginning of the season. And at some points during the regular season.
In the middle of the joint.
How long young team. They were 17. They were 7.5-point dogs for a reason. So they went in there and did their thing, no question about it. What I'm saying from Dallas's perspective, you look crazy. You can't have that much talent on the field, healthy, rolling into the postseason, a game at home, you're 7.5-point favorites. You've been talking all season long how everybody else doesn't know what they're talking about for doubting the Cowboys, and not just lose. You lose like that. Because that score is not indicative of what that game was.
It's not. James Jones, take us home. Who looks the worst for the Cowboys?
Oh, man, this is a tough day for me up here, man, because I'm happy my pack won, but I've been battling for Dak.
You have?
I've been riding for Dak
Relentlessly.
Prescott. More than I've been riding for Jordan Love
Facts.
and my Packers and all that. I've been riding for Coach Mike and Dak. But I heard you with the defense. But I heard my dog Shady over there also.
What's Shady say?
And
I know you heard me. That's real loud.
Yeah. And he made some good points, but it reminded me about something. When they talk about the Packers in the playoffs, when I was with the Green Bay Packers and Greg Jennings was with the Green Bay Packers and Donald Driver was there and Coach Mike was there and Jermichael Finley was there and Clay Matthews was there and B.J. Raji and Charles Woodson. All those dudes was there. All them dudes got all pros and Pro Bowls and all that. And when they talk about the Green Bay Packers in the playoff, they say Aaron Rodgers is not good in the playoffs. James Jones' name ain't mentioned. Charles Woodson's name ain't mentioned. Aaron Rodgers' name is mentioned. I stood up here the other day and you guys was about to argue with me. If the show was 3 hours, we'd still be arguing because I said Dak Prescott is the best player on the Dallas Cowboys. Right?
You did say that.
You said that.
You see what I'm saying, dog?
I did. And
Oh, my God.
if you ask me, I think I was right. Because the best player stunk it up and they got blown out. And if the best player don't play well, you know who y'all thought was better than Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb? He can't play well. Because the best player ain't playing well. I don't even know where 1-1 was, but we won't even talk about the defense because we didn't hear his name all day. Another guy that you guys said was the best player other than Dak Prescott. But I truly believe Dak Prescott was playing the best football on the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody around him was benefiting off that.
True.
He showed up to the stadium with a beanie on, and I'm like, my dog, ready to go. Here we go, beanie. You know what I'm saying? It's that time. And he didn't show up. So I want to put it on Mike. I want to put it on the defensive coordinator. Obviously, they ain't stopped nobody. But I told you earlier, it ain't X's and O's. This best players got to show up. So the big-time throws that you was making in the regular season, we didn't see one of them big-time throws in the playoffs. Not one.
Not one.
You know, so for me, I'm putting this all on Dak Prescott. When I had my call with Mo this morning, I said this to everybody, nah. It's Dak, because he didn't show up. And if Dak Prescott showed up, it might be 42-42, but all we're going to be talking about is Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott did not show up in this game, especially early in this ball game. Yeah, people going to touch on it. Well, he had this stats. We all know. We watched the game. We seen a lot of these touchdowns was cheap and these yards was cheap.
Yeah, they like
the Green Bay Packers playing way off and all that.
Yeah.
But when he had to have it, Dak Prescott was not special. To win playoff games, your quarterbacks have to be special, and he wasn't. So I give all the blame to Dak Prescott.
Shady, any final thoughts, big dog? Final thoughts.
I hate it.
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm just happy that today you guys, this is on my
Vindication,
side.
Shady.
You know what I mean? And I forgive you.
I need it.
See, that's the problem with people.
I
They
need the
can't forgive.
forgiveness. I need that forgiveness.
James, I forgive you, brother.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.